Have you ever wondered if you can substitute liquid pectin in a recipe that calls for powdered pectin, or vice versa, can you substitute powdered pectin if your recipe lists liquid pectin? So the short answer is yes, but there are a couple of things that you need to do. First of all, you're going to need to come up with an equivalent measurement. So 1 packet of powdered is not the same as a packet of liquid pectin. The liquid pectin has 3 ounces in it, and the powdered pectin is more than that. If you measure it out like with a tablespoon, it'll come out to more like 4 or 5, but they're not an equal measure. But there is a conversion for that. If you have a recipe that calls for one or the other, you want to use 2 tablespoons of powdered pectin for 1 packet of liquid. So that, again, that's 3 ounces. So if you need to convert that back and forth, you can figure it out from there. The other thing, and this is this big thing to know, is that the process for using powdered pectin is different than the process for using liquid pectin. And it's pretty similar, but the big difference is when the pectin gets added into the juice or the mashed fruit to make your jam or jelly or syrup or other preserve. So powdered pectin, you're going to sprinkle it over your prepared fruit or juice. Then you bring it up to a rolling boil, which is a boil that you cannot knock down with a spoon. And then you're going to add your sugar, bring it back to a boil again, another strong rolling boil. Then you time it for 1 minute, stirring the whole time. And then after that, you shut it off, take it off of the heat, remove any foam using a metal spoon, and then you're ready to jar it, then process it in your canner for whatever amount of time your recipe says. That will be different varying on, depending on what you're making. Usually somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes in a boiling water bath. Liquid pectin is going to be a little different. You're not going to add that in the beginning. You're going to first bring your mixture and sugar and all of that up to a boil. Then the liquid pectin gets squeezed in. Boil it hard for a minute, shut it off, take it off the heat. Again, skim the foam and then process according to what your recipe instructions say for processing. That usually won't be any different than it would for a recipe with the powdered. It more depends on the type of fruit, berry, and preserve that you're making. So again, probably 5 to 10 minutes in a boiling water bath, but just follow whatever your recipe says. So that's it. If you do have something, you know, you have one or the other on hand, you're ready to make your jelly and you go, oh, you know, darn it, I don't have the right kind of pectin. You can use these instructions to determine how to make the conversion, set up your recipe, and go from there. All of that being said, the recipes that we use were all developed with one kind or another, you know, usually by the pectin companies. So when you can, it's best to use whichever kind of pectin the original recipe called for and just follow the instructions all the way through the way they're written. But if there's a reason, like I said, like if you're set up ready to go, or maybe you have a stash of pectin that's going to go out of date before you can use it, and you need, you know, you'd rather use it up and not waste it, then you can use these tips to convert it. So I hope that helps out, and I hope you have great success and all of your jams and jellies set well for you.